Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of our podcast featuring
Rajan Singh,
Manal Shana,
Aditya Mo.
Ayush Chandra.
and today we will be talking about sports.
So last time our friend Ayush wasn't here since he was in actually Paris or France. So, and he actually went to a golf team, right, at the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, and then since that's kind of related to our subject today, so you want to kind of expand on that a little bit?
Yeah. So,
Like, what was the game? Like, so what did you really watch?
it's boxing, and basically how it's formatted is there's a couple women's matches and there's a couple of men's matches, and there's like the ones I watched were semifinals, and then there was some like round of 16, which is just basically like to qualify.
Okay. Wait, so you watched multiple games then? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And both men and women
Yeah.
games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Do you guys have any good questions?
did you see like how busy was it there? Like, was it a lot of people like actually interested in boxing?
Yeah. There's a lot of people there. I think there's one of the boxers was actually from France, so there was a lot of people from their hometown.
French
kind of,
support.
yeah. And there's a lot of like the atmosphere. There's like a lot of people holding flags, and it's just really insane.
And do they have like, they said they're doing like multiple events at once, right?
Yeah. No.
They kind of, right? Or
So it's basically just like you pay for a boxing event, and then you go to like there's like 5 to 10 different events happening in that one sitting.
and like is it in like one stadium?
Yeah.
Kind
one
of.
sitting.
Oh, nice.
So they just keep coming out during time intervals, and then
Oh, nice.
Do you think the boxers have like a lot of pressure on them, like during the stadium or in the stadium when they kind of enter the ring or something?
honestly not really. I think they're used to it because I mean they're there to
They're
support
world class and everything.
yeah they're there to support their country, so they're like used to it and they're probably proud of it. So.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
One of the Olympics that I was following up with was basketball. We saw like for men's and women's basketball, both the French and the U.S. were in the finals, and there was actually a lot of controversy about the French refereeing because it's their home turf, right? Why are you laughing, man?
I'm smiling, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Who was in the men's and women's team for USA?
Well, I don't know much about the women's team, but for the men's team, it was probably like our best team in like decades, right? It was
Really?
It was people were putting them up against like the dream team from the 1990s, featuring like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson.
Who was in it?
This year,
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
like the big three: LeBron, Steph, KD. Everyone is really excited to see them play together. I don't think because it's once in a generational.
That's a crazy combo. That's
And then you had like Joel Embiid, even though I don't know if his citizenship lets him. It's like questionable.
What?
He's not. He's
He's Cameroonian.
He's Cameroonian and
he's
he's French
also-
citizenship.
Yeah, he also
How
has
does that
French
work?
citizenship, but he's decided to play for USA.
Yeah,
because
his only like relationship with the U.S. is he works for them, or like he plays for their sports team. So that's it.
Do you know any of the people in the French team?
Oh, Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert were playing for them too, and then yeah, I know it was crazy. Victor,
Wait, Rudy Gobert.
you want to tell me how you met Rudy Gobert?
yeah, it's already.
Yeah, but it's
So-
in second grade, right?
So Rudy Gobert actually came to he's
No, you didn't.
No,
Talk. We're not cutting this
We're
talk.
not cutting on it.
Talk.
So Rudy Gobert actually came to my elementary school when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade.
Really?
And he presented like to the auditorium of all of us. I don't remember the topic,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, Rudy Gobert, like, I don't know how to explain. He was just like there with all
Did you
of
get to
us.
speak to him?
I
Like,
think.
you did?
Dude, I was so young. I like don't
Yeah.
remember. We were talking about Olympics, right? What is your guys' favorite event this year so far in the Olympics?
Besides being able to see like LeBron and Steph win their gold like pretty convincingly, I would say watching the sharpshooting event.
That was so
Yeah.
good, right? And the guy that won silver went viral too.
Oh yeah, because he had no
Yeah.
gear and he just showed up. Like,
He literally just
No, show
all day at work.
that with jeans, bro. One hand in the pocket. And
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me? I really like the swimming one, to be honest. I just love like, I don't know, it's just so much like adrenaline, just like
It's close
watching
to
them.
home.
Hmm?
It's close to home because you did swimming, right?
Yeah. It's close to
me,
high school.
Yeah, me and Aditya were in the swim team actually for our school, and yeah, I
Sophomore
really
year,
like
yeah.
watching it. Yeah,
How about you?
yeah,
Swimming?
watching that event was so interesting. Yeah.
Other than that, it's only. I only watch swimming, bro. Not lie. Nothing else as much.
How about you, Ayush?
Other than basketball, I think there's some like other cooler ones. I think like fencing is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Fencing? Why that? I mean, isn't fencing like just one touch and you're out, right?
Yeah, I mean I watched one of them, but I mean I didn't watch them like in person, but I watched one of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
I thought you watched. Wait, what other events did you watch in person?
That's it. I was only there for a day. I'm in like 2 days.
Oh, nice.
What's
So
how
our conversation about, I feel like our talk about the Olympics transitions directly into our next segment of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Which should be our favorite athletes.
Yeah.
Right? You want to start?
No players of our era for basketball. LeBron James.
Okay, continue, bro. What position did he play?
LeBron. Okay, bro. I don't know how to make this sound like informal, bro.
Just okay. I will ask you questions.
Okay.
What position did he play in the NBA?
LeBron, he played all positions. That's what makes him the GOAT. He played point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward,
Which one is he
center.
best in?
He's most known for his small forward position, but he's pretty good at the point guard too.
Why is he known as the GOAT?
Well, his accolades speak for themselves. He's been in the NBA for like 21 seasons. He's won 4 championships, like 20 All-Stars. He's been an All-Star every year in the league except for his rookie year. And let's see what else. Also, going back to the Olympic Games, he's a big-time Olympic gold medalist too for Team USA. And just recently headlined probably one of the best Olympic runs for
He got
U.S.
MVP.
basketball. Yeah, he got MVP too.
He has the highest what do you call scores, right? In the NBA or something.
Yeah, he's a leading scorer of the NBA too. Yeah.
Can you please get an applause for Rogers for that? Amazing.
Oh, you cut.
On a Yap session about LeBron James and his favorite athlete. Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete would be Michael Phelps. And since we just talked about the Olympics, this transitions pretty well into me talking about Michael Phelps because he won 23 gold medals
In what?
in swimming in the Olympics. He's the best swimmer of all time. He's like his wingspan is 6'7", and his top speed ever in a race was 8.8 miles an hour.
Is that like
in
the world
swimming.
record or something?
I don't know if it's a world record, but that is like groundbreaking. That's
Yes.
crazy, yeah. And he was the first Olympic athlete to get 8 gold medals in a single Olympics.
Really.
So that's what makes him like super like.
Which is
The conversation for one of the best athletes of all time. too.
I think he definitely is because
He's
swimming is such a difficult
Yeah.
sport when you're playing like professionally like that. So that's like.
do you remember the time of LeBron James on the boat, bro, with the flag?
Oh yeah, that was an iconic photo.
That's such a
Iconic
good.
photo.
That is such a good picture. That is.
People were comparing it to the George Washington.
George Washington.
Spooky, bro.
So,
Yeah, that's a good photo.
Yeah, no, that is a good photo.
Yeah.
No, Michael Phelps did the same thing, but instead he was just carrying it. It was
Yeah,
just
no,
carrying the flag. It's also really iconic.
Good stuff,
as well.
too.
So like
Yeah.
2 great athletes of all time.
Yeah.
Basically. Now that Manon and Rajan have talked about their greatest of all time athletes, who's yours, Ayush?
I think my favorite athlete is probably Usain Bolt. I personally did track, so I think it's like resonates with me, and also he's probably in the competition for one of the best athletes ever because he also has the fastest 100-meter time ever with I think it's like 9.58 or 9.48, and nobody has beaten it till today. And he also holds like the records in 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters. So he's basically just like the best in track now.
All-time grades.
Can we talk about how his last name is just like magically Bolt too? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's actually insane.
He also has a nickname like.
How about you? What's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athletes, so I'm actually gonna go away from the trend from doing all Olympic athletes.
Okay.
Mine's more of like a soccer or FIFA World Cup guy. His name's actually Tony Cruz. He's actually from Germany.
Okay.
And then just from a young age, he's been playing in like German teams such as Bayern Munich, which is one of like the UEFA leagues. If you guys aren't familiar with that, Bayern Munich is actually really, really good. So being picked in Bayern Munich as a beginner is like actually an incredible feat to have already.
Yeah.
But overall, what he did, from Bayern Munich, then he proceeded on to Real Madrid. You guys ever heard of Real Madrid? And
Yeah, of course.
What do you call him? Ronaldo and everyone, right?
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
Luka Modric as well.
Yeah.
He actually played alongside Luka Modric and had multiple. They actually won multiple tournaments, like such as the La Liga tournament or even the UEFA tournament, and even he also won the FIFA World Cup against Brazil in 2008 or 2014. Now that leads me to the point that so you guys know how Germany won against Brazil 1-7,
Yeah.
right? So Germany had 7 points, Brazil
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
The insane thing about it is that it was actually hosted in Brazil's country. The World Cup was
Oh, yeah.
So many people actually cried during the match, which was
Yeah.
okay. When you guys look back at the highlights, it actually made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's well, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a ritual to look back at the highlights once in a while from like Germany.
Yeah,
1
you were
7.
super glad, huh?
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of like looking
relive
back
all
at the
those-
2016 highlights
Whoa.
with the
Yeah.
NBA.
Well, that
Yeah,
game,
that game, that game's something else for you.
Yeah.
That game's the game
That
for
game's
that
nostalgic
is something
for me.
else.
Yeah,
it's
that's
nostalgic.
one of the most iconic sports games.
Exactly.
And I think that transitions really well into our last segment of our podcast, right?
Mhm.
So what we're gonna do in this last segment
Yeah.
is we're gonna be talking about our favorite moments from the athletes that we picked in segment 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roger, do you want to start with the NBA finals?
Mine was teased a little bit. The 2016 finals between the Warriors and the Cavaliers. I mean, what's there not to like about that finals? It has like an epic climax. like highly anticipated stakes. The Warriors are up 3-1, but LeBron and Kyrie lead like an epic comeback to.
Who was it? What were the teams in the 2016 finals again?
The Warriors and the Cavs.
The Warriors and the Cavs.
Yeah. LeBron, they're down 3-1, and LeBron and Kyrie lead them back to Game 7. And Game 7 has some really iconic moments, like the LeBron block on Andre Iguodala. Like
was it around that Christmas time thing? That Christmas time?
No. That's
a different game. Right?
That's a normal game between them. But yeah, that's also a really good game too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And another thing about the Game 7, the Kyrie shot over Steph Curry, that's really iconic.
Yeah.
I saw like clips of people analyzing that shot too. It's actually so insane. Like what the Warriors could have done, but they didn't do. And I think like overall, because like the Warriors are really cocky too. Like Klay Thompson was like really like pushing, like hating on LeBron. He was like calling him a crybaby and stuff. And then LeBron took that personally. And then I think that game really defines LeBron's legacy. And it's just I think it's really surreal.
Yeah, I think people are gonna be talking about the game for like such a long time. Like I feel like it feels like they're gonna talk about it forever. You know?
Generations.
It's like, You guys have anything to say about the game?
No much.
Speaking of generational, what about your favorite athlete?
Michael Phelps, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Phelps is a generational swimmer. Yeah. So for my athlete, the moment that I chose was his Beijing 2008 performance in the Olympics. Yeah, and this is when Michael Phelps top spits as having the most gold medals in one single Olympics event. No, one single Olympics as a whole, where he got 8 gold medals. Some of his best events were the 200 butterfly, 400 butterfly, 100 freestyle, and there were many more which he competed in the 2008 Olympics. And one event that he was particularly good at, I don't know if this was in the 2008 Olympics, but this was a really iconic moment for him. It was in the medley, and in a swim medley, you have like kind of a team of people that you swim a lap with. And so it was a 400-meter laps. And Michael Phelps' team had a record time of, I believe, 3 minutes and 29 seconds. And that moment was really exciting for me, yeah. So I believe those are some of Michael Phelps' best moments. Yeah. Aditya, you were talking about your game with
Brazil and Germany.
Yeah, with Brazil and Germany. Do you have any more comments on that game?
Not really, but all I just wanted to say, it was kind of like comparable to the 2016 finals between the Cavs and Golden State Warriors.
Same kind of hype.
Same kind of hype, actually, because it was like the semifinals before they moved on. The worst thing about it is I actually kind of felt bad about Brazil because it was played in the home country, like I said. Yeah. Right? It was still kind of funny, but I still kind of felt bad when it was happening at the moment. Actually, in the moment.
Same with the Warriors, they were playing at home when they lost. So,
exactly. Yeah. So it's just like it was just a really iconic moment. They could have done a lot of stuff better because Brazil had a really good lineup back then with like they had Marcelo, that's his name. They had Marcelo as their left back, which is a generational. He's actually from Real Madrid as well.
Oh, really?
They had Neymar and other great players from Brazil as well. But Germany also had a great number of players on their team as well. But what I believe is that Brazil really lost only due to their lacking defense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And just being cocky, a little too cocky, like at the beginning of the game, thinking I feel like they were really too overconfident with the game. That's why they kind of lost, with such a big number. But that's all I have to say about the game. Do you have anything to add on? I mean, not add on, but what was your kind of like?
Yeah, so I already kind of talked about this, but I'm talking about the 100 meter that Usain Bolt got the world record in, which was 9.59, and then the person who got second place was about 9.69, which is like a difference of 0.10, and that's really big in just a 100 meter race. Another thing is it's been around, I think, 8 years and it still hasn't been beaten, which is beaten or broken, which is like really insane.
I think like Noah Lyles probably like in terms of like today's generation probably has one of the best chances to beat his record.
He's been on a great run. Yeah,
because he's still really young.
Still young,
And also, just recently he got like bronze and gold.
Yeah, he did.
And he got bronze while still being like sick, and he had like asthma attack.
Right?
Yeah, he had
COVID.
Yeah.
But before we end it off here, if you guys had to choose a sport for Olympics, and if you guys were to kind of do it for enjoyment, which one would you guys choose?
I pick like martial arts, like fencing. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's what I would pick.
Is there like a reason you choose martial arts or anything? Are you like interested in the swan kick or something by any chance?
Yeah, I did the swan kick.
Swan kick from Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
You've been watching Cobra Kai lately, huh?
Yeah, I watched it this season.
Why?
It's five new season. But
you still haven't mastered it in my opinion, but you're alright.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. Yeah, we'll go off camera Kung Fu Panda.
Next episode we'll show you guys.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think mine would either be the diving or like the that one event that the Turkish guy was really famous in.
I think diving would suit you way better though, in my opinion.
Which one?
The diving.
Diving, yeah.
Yeah, shooting wouldn't shoot you in my opinion. That's like more my type of thing.
Oh, would that be your favorite event? You want?
Yeah. That'd be
But you would pick that, right?
Yeah,
To do?
yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that'd be great. So we have our own like kind of.
own kind of realms.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
You do amazing, just though. Since you've already been swimming for so much,
You'd
such
be
a long
good at it
time.
too, of course.
Thank you. You'd be all right though.
Okay.
Like no glaze.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's insane.
I think I'll choose judo.
You know?
Is there a reason? Like
It's just
judo.
interesting.
Does it resonate?
So now for this the last part, we're gonna be talking about our personal experiences of sports that we play, and so would to begin?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really stuck with like a sport consistently. When I was little, I did like swimming and like karate, and then I did like boxing like my at end of my freshman year, and then I played like basketball here and there. But like that's really my experience with like sports. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
How about you guys?
Did you have what team did you play for? And you said you played basketball, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a team that you played for? or-
Nah, I just played with my friends.
Oh, you played for fun?
Yeah. How about you?
I did. So I learned swimming when I was pretty young, and that kind of like translated into like my high school life because it's in my sophomore year of school. I was in the swim team with Aditya. Me and Aditya were in the swim team together, and yeah, I just had a great time. It was an amazing experience.
Sophomore year was like a really iconic moment for swimming for sure. Like we had like a lot of great friends in that. And
So me and Aditya did swim together in sophomore year actually, and it was a great experience. We met a lot of new people, and like, do you want to talk more about?
not even that, but our swim meets were actually pretty high. But I still have the photos from our swim meets actually.
Yeah, they're so
I
memorable.
I brought them over.
Yeah.
They're actually really, really nice.
Okay.
And just that moment when you feel when you're like in the moment when you're about
when you're ready to start your
when you're ready to start.
Yeah,
I know, not even that. Like when everyone's like cheering you on, cheering other people on, you get that feeling inside you. You don't know how cold the water is.
No, yeah, being in the team was
exactly.
such
And the warm up as well.
I loved being in the team.
Who's better between you two? Who's faster?
Aditya's faster though.
Okay.
Aditya's faster.
I mean, I've been swimming a lot more. That's the only reason.
What events?
Oh yeah,
did you guys
Aditya.
do? What events?
Aditya did.
What is your favorite event?
Yeah, what's your favorite event?
Yeah.
I like the freestyle.
Freestyle?
My favorite stroke was freestyle. Yeah.
My first stroke, if I have to say, is breaststroke, but freestyle is faster.
Yeah. Freestyle's like the classic. kinda.
Freestyle's like this.
Yeah, it's like the
like
classic.
like what do you call? What's the OG loadout?
Yeah. What's your favorite sport? I mean, what sports have you like? Had moments in?
So I think I did track like freshman sophomore year. I started with like just short distances like 100 meters, 200 meter, and 400 meter. And I thought it was okay. And then I tried out hurdles as well, which is
What is hurdles?
it's kind of so they kind of space out like just these blocks, or not a block, it's like a hurdle, and you know jump over them.
Oh.
And basically there's kind of a technique that you use, like it's like 1, 2, and then you jump, and you kind of need a rhythm.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to keep like a balance and like kind of remember that like same step every two like in between the hurdles.
Consistency, basically,
Yeah.
between the-
Yeah. And then
Wait, is it really that hard? Because how high are the hurdles? By the way? Like
they're pretty high. They're like
okay.
around this high.
Oh damn.
Oh, that's a large like jump.
Yeah, and also another thing is you have to like time your jumps to just barely get over it.
Oh. It's like this. It's like the minion rush thing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Good way to prepare.
Yeah.
And then also like I like skiing. Like me and DK usually ski at like Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Talk
Like a
about
lot. Yeah. I mean, I've gotten a lot better at skiing this year for sure. Remember how bad I was like back in freshman and sophomore year? I could barely do any runs. Like I could barely do any like blue runs or like even do any trees. But this year, I feel like going with Miles and you a lot of times. I was actually able to do like a jump over a jump cliff, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah, there's a video of that. Yeah. I saw it, yeah.
I wasn't able to land it, but I just crashed into it. But now we can actually do a lot more backcountry stuff as well. Like
Yeah.
we went into the avalanche territory as well. We were able to do a lot of that.
Yeah, even I've like done a lot of new things that I haven't done
Yeah,
before.
exactly. I think this like kind of opened our eyes in terms of like kind of just getting better. Like in Brighton, kind of opened our eyes into like new terrain, like
Yeah.
new stuff we could have been able to do with Miles this year for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
Concludes our third episode of our podcast. Do you guys have anything to say?
Nope. Just
No.
thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, thank you for watching. See you on the next one.